My name is Michał Nikołajuk. I'm CEO of Rite NRG, and today I want to discuss with you several topics about the blockchain, about the platform, which we did with our amazing customer, and give you a little bit clue about what we are doing in the Rite NRG, about the passion to the technology, and also how we are helping our clients. Michał, first of all, thank you so much for accepting the invitation. I want to discuss with you about your passion. I know that you're a technical guy, but on the other hand, you are also really in the business side. So how that happened that you are so passionate about the blockchain? What's happened in general that you switched to the blockchain? How that story begins?
First of all, thank you for inviting me and hosting this amazing place. It's a great pleasure to meet you again and to discuss about what we did and what we are doing right now. Yeah, it was a long journey. So, beginning of this blockchain journey was, 5 or 6 years ago when I started building in Warsaw one of the biggest mining data center for Ethereum. It was absolutely amazing experience, which closed me very deeply and to blockchain technology, and I immersed in this market.
Mm-hmm. But why? It's like what is different in blockchain comparing to .NET, Java?
I was looking for some new experience, something innovation. I grew up on e-commerce when e-commerce market growing. So where I'm starting with hosting company, I'm starting with domain register company. So it was my very, very early beginning of a technology journey, building websites, marketplaces, e-commerce portals, and so on. But I always looking for some experience which is new, which is innovative. So when this blockchain, this cryptocurrency hype started, It was very interesting for me. I involved in this just immediately. I saw this as an opportunity, but not this opportunity from the speculation aspect. I never was a speculator on that market. From the beginning, I was a person who was involved in technology, in development, looking the possibility how to use the smart contracts, or the blockchain data, and so on. So, this journey, 5-6 years, right now, we are on different place and different stage.
Yeah, and I also know you, and this is amazing how you are dividing between crypto and blockchain, because of course you mentioned about the speculations, and then a lot of people in Poland connecting the speculation with the crypto. But what I know, based working with you, it's that you are most focused on the technology side. But still, have you ever worked as a developer at the beginning, or just that kind of IT infrastructure background gives you so deep understanding of how the technology is working?
Yeah, I started building this environment for mining data centers. So it wasn't a development. It was a building some kind of environment for miners, and it was a huge challenge for us because there wasn't any sources on any samples on the market which we can just copy and create the same way in your company. But it wasn't strictly development, coding, and so on. So, just during the time and during this path, I started more deeply investigated how to develop and how to create the smart contracts and to be on the side.
So it's visible that you are entrepreneur from the beginning. So just using the technology which you really believe and you have passion to, just use in your project. And this is something amazing. Everybody talking about the metaverse, Facebook even switched to be a meta. And then you come with the idea to use that technology, connect with the blockchain, with Web3. And even I know that you was a visionary that even was not too many Web3 games. And you decided to build a platform which can connect those games and change the asset between. How that can be possible?
Probably because of this that I am cutting off from this speculation aspect. So I'm focusing on the technology and the development. And, it wasn't just like that. So we started creating decentralized exchange 2 years ago. We met during this process.
That was our first time.
Yeah. It was our first cooperation, and how we start developing and creating the team together. I built this experience and I built this knowledge based on my personal experience and the experience of my team and our team during this development path.
I can explain what your solution is doing, but I think that you will be more efficient with that. So can you explain to our audience what kind of solution we build together?
We started from decentralized exchange, and it transformed for decentralized Web3 game and game asset ecosystem. Right now, we are developing Metapro. It's a decentralized distribution gaming platform ecosystem, very wild, probably, in my opinion, which cover all the aspects which you need to develop and provide on the market Web3 games. So it's a huge experience, and we are touching a lot of points on the technical aspect of the blockchain and Web3.
But what is the clue about that platform? So general Metapro exists for what? What gives to the users?
We connected different players on the market. So from one hand, this platform is dedicated for game developers. So if you want to start developing Web3 game, you have experience in game development, or you are new in this, you can start using our tools to implement Web3 as a part of your game. So we have the Unity plugin, we have distribution protocol, which we call Metapro protocols for storing gaming asset. We have launcher. So we have whole ecosystem which you need to start building and distributing game and game asset. From the other hand, we are cooperating also with creators, which they want to join to gaming and Web3 market, creating some asset for the games, and not only for Web3 projects. And the last, but the most important part, that we are dealing with the gamers. So we are creating a lot of tools which help gamers start playing in Web3 games. For example, mobile wallet, a marketplace with several auctions models, and just like you see, a lot of tools in very short period of time. Yeah. And it was a challenge for us.
I want to back to the beginning. Do you remember how we started?
It was around 2 years ago, I think. Yeah. We were a very small team, started building decentralized exchange, which is still existing on the market, and I'm very proud of this. It was a huge experience for me and for your team, start cooperating on this field. And in this small team, we rapidly felt that we need scaling up our team, and we don't have a time for recruitment, for all this process. We were in mid of development. The product was on the market. So the time was very important for us, and this is the moment where we start cooperating. We didn't know each other before this.
Yeah, that's true. But also, what I want to ask you, what was kind of the reason why you decided to go with Rite NRG? Because I remember that somebody introduced us to each other, but later, most likely, that was your decision and your partner in the business. So what was like a kind of the biggest value which you're looking for to receive from us later?
Yeah, it was a recommendation, but when we met and started talking about this cooperation, how you can help us, I think we started from DevOps position, because our biggest issue was to scaling up the data environment for this decentralized exchange. It was a huge, because we started from migration from AWS to Microsoft Azure. So it was a huge challenge for both of us.
So what else when we are go forward with our collaboration? Because we was at the beginning very small. Later we at some time we switched to start developing the Metapro.
Very quickly, we turned out that we need to scale up the team. So, and we don't have a time for this recruitment. This is what I said. And I mentioned that this time was very important for us. So the first, when we met, of course, this time was always with us during this collaboration. It was very, very important. Yeah, for me, this part that we don't need this recruitment, and we skip this recruitment process, and you cover this very, very quickly, and just feed this person perfectly to our needs was the most important part. And this is it was the reason why we decided to stay with this collaboration, because we're thinking about scaling up in-house team. And for sure, it's very important to have in-house team in company. And during all this process, we looking for this balance between cooperating with your team, having our own team inside. And it was very important part that these teams, cooperating just like that from the first day.
Michał, I want to also ask you about the culture fit, because we're talking to the customer a lot that we are able to inherit their culture. Please say how was in a real example with you?
You know how it was in a small team, in startup, few person working together like a family, very closely. So it's not so easy to join to this kind of the team and be as a part. Yeah, it was very important stage in this cooperation that you take this our culture and start developing and scaling up our team. This onboarding part, which we create together on the early beginning, and then you can use it without my involvement in this process. It was very important personally for me.
I remember, because you was like usually the person who was involved in a lot of different activities.
Yes. So, my time as one of the leader of the team, and time of my partners was very important in this stage. We weren't a huge team, and any times we can focus on other parts of the business was very important. So I remember that you explained to me this aspect of the culture inside of the team. And when we were sitting on some restaurant and talking how to scale up our team and what we need, and
with a lot of drinks.
Yeah. Some good wine and good food. We talked about this. Because we are a company from US, and we cooperate with developers and teams from all the world, not only from Poland. But you explained to me that this is very important, build this culture inside of the team. And during this cooperation, yes, I agree with you right now. And this is very important to build the team in the same culture. And this culture, of course, based of the location and based of the language, because we are on very, very difficult technical markets. So this communication is very important. Also, building relation between the staff.
If you can share to our audience more about how that works also from the business perspective, because I know that several software houses, staff companies focusing on the people, even they are on the higher expertise, but still something doesn't work because that technical team can't discuss with the business. And I know that we have some kind of bridge, and want to hear from you how that bridge works to you.
Business analytics,
for example. I'm talking about the Monica.
Exactly. Yeah. When you started as a startup, you don't think about the business analytic in your team. Because you are in rush, you're in development, you are focusing on the developers, you need front-end developer, back-end developer, and you're focusing on that aspect, but you don't thinking about that, on the top of the team, you need some leaders, you need some analytics, which can take from you some responsibility, analyze some aspect and help you as a leader or as a CTO or CEO in the company, to provide a better solution. Yes, providing business analytics on the team was very, very significant milestone in our cooperation. Personally for me, because this position takes a lot from my head.
And later, the milestone of the whole product was PGA in Poznań when we launched. Thank you, by the way, for the invitation to being on that launch. But that was like a really amazing experience when customer asking you to join you as your team, giving the t-shirt and just like asking you about help to promote that product which we built together.
Just like one team.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It was great. Yeah, PGA, it was our milestone to deliver. It was soft launch of our product, so it was very important to deliver this product till this time and have possibility to show this first version of a version for so huge audience like Poznań Game Arena is. So because it's one of the biggest gaming event in Central Europe, 50,000 visitors. So it was the first so huge exposition of our product for the new customer, and this pressure was very, very high for us and for Rite team. Yes, but it was great that we immersed so much, and both of the teams looks like the one walking and working in the same t-shirts and just collaborating as one family.
Yeah. What happened after that? So generally we released the product. Later, what you did with the product, which kind of feedback you got from that time?
Yeah, because the product was delivered, we just starting scaling down the Rite NRG team and moving some processes to inside of the company, to in-house team. It was very important part in our process. But all these processes and this culture, which you mentioned before, stay with us as a part of our ecosystem right now, in-house ecosystem.
So we help you also even build the company.
Absolutely.
That's great. Okay, so
we learned a lot from you, from your team. I learned a lot and it stay with us. We are using right now the same systems, tools which we implement together, the models of cooperation. Yeah,
great. So let's move to the current status. So generally we discuss a lot about the past. So what we are doing right now. So what is your current point? Because you release the product. I know that you have a lot of people are interested. You also get some funding, if we can say a little bit about that. So how this looks like now?
What not changed, PGA is still our next milestone. Right now, we are preparing for a huge event on Poznań Game Arena, which we are calling Web3 Game Arena. It's our own inside event when we show the next level of our environment. And the first game, which we developed in collaboration with Olympics Studio and with in-house Unity team, which you, as a company, scale up for us. So it's very, very important part of this environment. So it's not only for developers, just, the front end and back end development, but also we use your team to build and scale up the gaming, the Unity development structure. Right now we are scaling up our environment. We are onboarding new users. It's a different stage, which we started a year ago on the Poznań Game Arena. So we're still cooperating. And it's very important for me that we still can counting on your team in some difficult situations. We can scale up when we need our environment using right stuff.
Okay, so let's back. You already mentioned that you are preparing yourself to being on the PGA in this year. So what will be, if you can say to the audience, what will be kind of key feature which they can observe on the platform? What changed during that year?
Right now this ecosystem is more complementary. We have a new product like gaming launcher. We have our first game, which is a proof of concept of our environment. So it's a different stage. We can say that this is a new version of Metapro, which we can launch, soft launch year before. So it's very significant event for us, where we can show the product for just this ordinary gamers user from Web2 industry. And it's a challenge for us. They don't know how to use Web3. This year we are organizing, I think, one of the biggest gaming esport event based on Web3 environment. And it will be a challenge for us to prepare this and show on board new gamers in our ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's always a challenge for us.
Yeah, usually, yeah, exactly. And right now I want to back to the numbers, because mostly the people are really interested in the numbers. So we already mentioned about 2 years of the collaboration so far. Do you remember how that team was? Like from the beginning, we start even from 1 or 2 person. Later we grow up to...
We started from DevOps.
Just one.
Position. It was one person in our team. And then we hire another 2 person for the backend and the smart contracts. And I think...
the maximum of team was...
around 10 person from Rite NRG team. And we as a company, we have around 50% on board. So, it was significant part of our team.
That's like it was the team which delivered the solution. On the other hand, if you can share a few numbers about your solution. So how much user do you have right now? Or you mentioned also about the gamers, if you can share, because this is interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a difficult journey, because we need to convince and onboard this ordinary Web2 gamers in quite a difficult environment, which is Web3. So it's a process. Right now we have around 20,000 users, active users on different products on different levels. This first game is not launched right now, but we have in beta version around 1,500 players just on alpha version. I know it's not a big number for game industry, but it's a big number for Web3 game industry. We need to remember on how early stage we are right now and what we have right now on this early stage. Whole environment, and now we can focus on the user and onboarding gamers.
Okay, so when you will be in a year, so what is your ambitions? Where you want to be in a year?
More recognizable players on the gaming market, on this traditional gaming market. This is our purpose. Because I think our product, our market is quite good, recognizable on blockchain industry, and this is what is challenge for us. And what we need to gain is to be a smart recognizable platform for gaming and game distribution. And what we want to do, we want to show that Web3 games can be very funny, very immersive, and you can enjoy it like ordinary games, but owned with this value which Web3 can brings to the gamers. So the ownability of your assets.
I need to ask you, because also potentially another customer thinking about looking for partners. So if you of course feeling comfortable to recommend to us, which kind of value, the biggest value you think that was after 2 years of the collaboration, and if you will refer us to somebody else, how do you feel with that?
Of course, this is what I mentioned from the beginning. This part that if you are a startup, but not only a startup, also for the company which just need immediately scale up the team, skipping this recruitment process. And if you are a CEO or CTO in a company and you want to take off from your head this part, it's a good idea to cooperate. And this is what you deliver is perfect and was perfect for us. And I think will be perfect for any companies from this industry and not only. So from my perspective, it was the biggest value and this aspect that we can scale up and scale down the team, and we can cooperate for 2 years, and we are cooperating till this day, and we can still use this value when we need it.
Michał,
and we are using this, as you know.
That's great. Michał, from my side, thank you so much, and let's be in touch.